Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to start my speech with a double sincere thank to Azerbaijan. First of all, to the Ministry of Tourism and Culture, with whom we signed a memorandum of cooperation to establish an institutional collaboration in order to put into practice the philosophy Life Beyond Tourism that the Foundation have developed after over 20 years of activities dedicated to intercultural dialogue and cross-cultural communication, with the involvement of also many institutions, including a lot of Azerbaijan. Secondly, the Baku University of Architecture and Construction, who has contributed in a substantial way to the evolution of the activity of the Foundation dedicated to cultural rapprochement since 1991, and to the implementation of the Life Beyond Tourism model thanks to Madame Rector and Professor Sabina Agieva, now President of ICOMOS Azerbaijan, as the Foundation has promoted its constitutions from 2012, when we promoted here in Baku a very important ICOMOS conference with its president, Gustavo Arauz. The Romual del Bianco Foundation is a not-for-profit organization based in Florence, Italy, who is active since 1991 to promote intercultural dialogue and cross-cultural communication. All this through art, culture, and the heritage, all in the widest concept of tangible and intangible heritage, allowed over 300,000 days of encounters among experts and scholars and students from worldwide. Now the network of cooperation counts over 500 institutions and universities in the fields of culture and science, and they are all in about 80 countries all around the world. The practice of these years allowed the Foundation to develop the Life Beyond Tourism philosophy, which means a huge number of opportunities beyond tourism, encounters, intercultural dialogue, knowledge, understanding of different cultural expression through self-awareness, through presentation and interpretation of the territories and their traditional knowledge of their roots, for mutual understanding and respect for diversities. And we are in line and we are focusing on the UNESCO Convention 2003-2005 and seeing in the 1972 UNESCO for World Heritage a great opportunity for all these topics. It means heritage to promote a worldwide network for travel, for intercultural dialogue. In other words, heritage for peaceful coexistence. This philosophy has been put into practice into the Life Beyond Tourism not-for-profit model. And I wish to present it here in the World Forum for Intercultural Dialogue as a best practice in order to valorize art and heritage as a powerful tool to make a change in what tourism has been in the last decades. And I would like to underline that the first official presentation of the philosophy Life Beyond Tourism was held here in Baku, November 2007, during a conference promoted by the Minister of Culture and Tourism titled 21st Century, the Islamic Historic Cities. Travel then represents a priceless opportunity for favoring meetings, communication, knowledge, and respect among people, but only if it is a travel oriented towards the discovery of mutual values, and not a mere egoistic travel for services and consumption. The model is based on the correct interpretation of territories, own identity and self-awareness, and consequently the correct communication of that identity. The model is in favor of territory, residents, and travelers, who should become sort of temporary residents of a place, with an extension of their stay for a deeper appreciation of the territory and for a less consumption of the territory. So longer stay, less bad use, and more respect with more understanding. So the model is not for profit, but brings profit for the heritage of the territories and closes the circle of community, traveler, heritage of the territories, and we must influence the intermediates that are agencies, that are the persons who are in the first connection with the travelers and can drive their attention towards a deeper understanding just before coming to a place, just when they are at home. It consists of, the model consists of an operational manual already published in Russian, Italian, and English, and presented last March 2014, and it is already operational as a pilot project in Florence. The credential of the live beyond tourism and the work of the foundation in these years are represented by a high participation in ICOMOS institutional international meetings, and we have promoted together with the ICOMOS executive committee memorandum of cooperation, and the live beyond tourism is part either of the resolutions of last General Assembly of ICOMOS, the number 42, 2014, and part of the Florence Declaration that ICOMOS published after the General Assembly last November. But also the foundation is a member of ICOM and of other institutions, and as well as UNWTO. And we are focusing on strengthening the relationship with government and town administrations and the cultural institutions to make into practice operationally the model, which the foundation has developed not for her to develop it, but to put at disposal of the international community, to be useful to the international community. So this was a very brief message to bring our practice to such an important audience. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.